أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أطيعوا الله وأطيعوا رسوله ومن منكم تاركة الصحبة وخير في الجميع. Assalamu alaikum to those who are present, Hadirin wa Ghaibin, those who are watching from afar. Salam to everybody, peace to everyone, welcome. Our way is Sahba, association. Our tariqah is built on association, to come together and sit with the Shaykh or someone the Shaykh appoints, and in that period of time, goodness comes on the group, speaker and listeners. We're not claiming to be a Shaykh, only we're sitting on his behalf, asking him to accept us and grant us, help us. One of Shaykh Hisham's names, Abdul Haqq, Abdul Haqq, the one who, the true helper, who brings help from Al-Haqq. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Haqq, Haqq ta'ala, reality. And his spiritual name, the one who is carrying that power to bring help to people from Al-Haqq, from reality, on behalf of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Everything comes through his door, according to our beliefs, and all of us are weak servants. المسيئين قد جاءوك استغفر الله واستغفره الرسول. Coming to your door, Ya Rasulullah, asking forgiveness of Allah, and you ask forgiveness for us. We hope to find, and we trust that we find Allah accepting our Tawbah, Istighfar, repentance, and Rahim is granting us His mercy. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Where we're going to begin, we'll ask Allah's protection in this month of Safar. Every time, this month is known traditionally as a month of difficulties. In the Islamic calendar and the way in Islamic Sharia, this is the month when warfare would begin again after being suspended for the holy months. After Muharram, again, they would begin in this month, and for that reason it began to be called the unlucky month. It's a month difficulties come. Our Shaykh said this is the month that accumulates the darkness of the other months and manifests in this month. He knows more than me, thousands of times. What he says is true. We try to understand it, but our understanding is limited. We don't understand what the Ahl Taqriq, those who are able to verify reality, we don't understand as they understand things. We understand with our mind. Somebody gave me a book. The mind is flat. They say behavioral scientist or a neuroscientist. He said it's useless, according to his research, it's useless to try to plumb the depths of your thinking. There is no depth. The mind is flat, there's nothing. If you ask why someone did something, there's no reason, it just happened. I don't know, but he said like that. Shaykh Muhyiddin Ibn Arabi, Allah bless him, this door, Shaykh Ibn, I always ask his spiritual support. Our Grand Sheikh's neighbor, his maqam is near our Grand Sheikh's maqam in Damascus, on Jabal Qassim. Shaykh Muhyiddin is at the foot of the mountain, and then you go up the mountain where Grand Sheikh is. He talked about a kind of a way of looking at the world where just it's created now with everything that's in it. Newly created, newly arrived. Newly arrived, Professor Chittick translated like that. The newly arrived event just came. I have the memory of it being a long time, but really just came now. If you try to put a boundary, whereas now, how wide is it between the future and the past? You can't. Blink of an eye, less than, no, you can't say any time for it. How long is now? Already now it's now. And again and again. Yubdi wa yuid. Mubdi wa mu'id. Allah. The one who brings the creation into existence, and mu'id, to sustain it, to keep it in existence, keep it going. We appear like solid bodies as if we have an existence, but there's no existence. We have no private existence. If we had, no one would die. We keep ourselves, we can't. We're something continuously brought into existence and kept and brought back again and again and again. The Sheikh used to use the example, like the old TV screen or computer screen. They used to have something called the refresh rate. The old TVs had a electric ray, cathode ray, tube. I'm saying if we know what a cathode ray is, something. It shoots a beam of electrons or electricity at the receptors in the front of the screen, and very fast until you see a picture. There's no picture there really. It's only electrons moving back and forth. In the old days, when I was young, if there was a TV show or a movie and they showed people watching TV in that movie, you look, there's nothing on the TV. They're sitting watching nothing. Because the camera doesn't pick up those, it's done inside our flat brains, flat screen. Now they have flat screen, our brain's flat screen. Mubdi wa mu'id, yubdi wa yu'id. Originates the creation and brings it back again and again. Everything belongs to Allah, and we belong to Allah. We have no existence of our own, privately, separately. May He keep us in goodness. Amen. May He grant us long life, long refresh rate, with good deeds, good amal. And make us to reach the fruits of those good deeds here and hereafter, or hereafter. The believer has to believe more in hereafter. Unbeliever wants everything to be now. And now useless. It doesn't last. Nothing that was, Quran says, travel through the land, travel through the earth, visit different countries, different places, see the ruins that our ancestors left. Great civilizations. We were looking last night, Egypt. Once that was the most important places, no one could go there but the king. Now anyone can walk there. They left it. They built it to be forever, and then they went. And everything crumbling down. Prophet said, born to die, built for ruin. People are asking to get everything here. And it can't be. Can't be. Even you get everything from worldly enjoyment or pleasure, finally you get old. It's not as it was. It's going to be. To walk to the next room is a big project. You get everything, you can't enjoy it as before. Enjoyment goes down. And finally, we pass away. We die. Everyone has to die. Kullu nafsin dha'iqatul maut. Dha'iqatul maut. Every soul has to taste death. We don't like it, but it's the way things are. The Creator arranged it. We don't like it to be that way, but Allah made it that way. The one who made us knows more than we do. Doesn't He know what He created? He created without knowing anything? He knows. He made us to taste death, to be in this world for a short time, to do what we do, to get what we get, and then we have to leave. And He sent prophets, Anbiya. Some of them is famous, everyone knows them, like Jesus Christ, like Moses, like Abraham, like Noah, peace be upon all of them, like David, Daud, Sulaiman, Solomon, famous ones. He said, and some, no one knows their names. They came only for a few people. Tradition says 124,000 of them came. Some came with books. It's the Bible, Injil, or the Torah, or the Psalms of Daud, David, or the Zabur, or the Holy Quran. Some came with only a few pages, some came without. They came to teach people O people, you are created by a Creator, a Lord. You have a Lord who created you. He gave you life, and one day He's going to send the angel of death to take your soul back to Him. And you should see the results of everything you did in this life. If you did good deeds, good works, you should find the result of it there. Permanently, not like this life. If you did bad deeds, you'll find the payback there. Do good deeds. Which kind of good deeds? They taught people. Everyone, they brought religions, different kinds of teachings. All of them involved first to believe in Allah, in God, in a Lord, a Creator, and to believe in eternal life, a life after this life, where you see the results of this life. And the specifics of what to do changed a little bit from one to one. All of them involve doing good to others, doing good to your parents, to your people, to everyone, to strangers, to travelers, to different kinds of goodness. Different ways of praying, different ways of fasting, different ways of worshiping. The theme or the idea, do good. Busy yourself with these things during your life. Don't make yourself to be over concentrated on the things of this life. They're not going to last. They're not going to last. And people, all of us, we have egos. I have, you have, everyone has an ego, nafs. And nafs belongs to this life. Nafs likes to enjoy itself, everything from this life. Why we have to worry for eternal? I want now. Everything. Nafs wants now. Lord says, build for akhirah, for later. Eternal life. Fighting goes on. We want something through our egos. Allah wants something else, and fighting. Continuous fighting. Inside ourselves, among our family, because ego is there. Ego is driving to have its way. Only thing happening, Allah's way is winning, dominating. When Prophet ﷺ, he went to the divine presence, Kaaba Qawsayn wa Adna, described by a metaphor in the Holy Quran, 2 bows lengths or nearer. Who knows? One Shaykh said to me like this, what does it mean? Allah knows. So close to the divine presence. Shaykh Hashem said once, you were there, he gave a talk in Houston or in Dallas? In Houston. There was a conference. And he said, Prophet was taken to the divine presence, so close. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Wasifni, describe me. What's my sifat? What's my characteristics? Describe me. And Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is said to have answered, Qahar. Qahar, overpowering, dominating. Ghalib, Ghalimun ghayr maghlub. He wins and never is defeated. Always his will is up and our will is, the will of all creatures is subservient. He shows it through so many signs. He makes everything to be, forests and rivers and cities, and one storm, one thing, take away everything. To show everything belongs to me. When I like, I take it back to myself. And always, every moment, his will is winning. Awliya Allah, the inheritors of prophets, saints, or Western minds, holy people, they were able, in different degrees, to put their ego down and to surrender themselves to Allah's will, not to fight anymore, to Allah. When their surrender was perfect, each one according to his level, each one reached a different degree. They're arranged in ranks. When they were able to surrender to their Lord's will, Allah carried them. They were carried by their Lord, even through heavy trials, even through difficulties. The example in the Holy Quran is Sayyidina Abraham. When the tyrant Nimrod, he's the example of the ego, the nafs. When Ibrahim was saying, believe in your creator, who is the creator? The creator is the one who created us and our ancestors, who make the sun come in the east and set in the west, who set the universe in order, believe in Him and in eternal life and do goodness. Don't say you're God. Say God is God. Nimrod was the ego. You say, no, I never believe that. You shut up. Make Ibrahim to be quiet. And he sent his soldiers to catch him, and they cut a whole forest to make a huge fire. And because it was so hot they couldn't come close, they made in those days, no rockets and cannons and lasers. They made a catapult to throw him into that fire. They threw him. And Sayyidina Ibrahim, according to traditional knowledge, was flying into that fire. Angel Gabriel, peace be upon him, Archangel Gabriel in the Western way of speaking, we say Gabriel. Story has it, or tradition has it, he said to Allah Almighty, to God, "Oh my Lord, your Khalil," Ibrahim was called Khalilullah, friend of Allah. "Your friend is in a very difficult situation. Maybe he needs help." Allah said to Jibreel, "Oh Jibreel, go ask him if he needs help or not. Check." Jibreel came with all his power. He came to Ibrahim in midair as he's hurtling, flying into the fire. "Oh Ibrahim, Khalilullah, your Lord send you his greetings. You need any help? Being thrown into a fire." Ibrahim said, "Astaghfirullah. My Lord who created me, and sustains me, knows very well what situation I'm in. This is his judgment for me, to throw me in the fire. It's not up to me. I like it or don't like it, or I approve or I don't approve. I am his servant. As he does for me, that's the best thing for me. I accept. Go away. I don't need any help. Go back. I don't need your help." When Allah Almighty heard that, really Allah Almighty heard that before He spoke it, but He made for us to hear it and understand it. He said to the fire, "Bardan, be cool for Ibrahim." When Ibrahim landed in that terrible fire, it became a rose garden for him, a cool garden. From outside, if you looked at it, he's in the fire. You say he's finished. They threw him in the fire. For Ibrahim, he's sitting in that fire and it's cool, happy, refreshing, pleasant place. Teach us to surrender. We're not going to be tried like prophets were tried. No one can think they're on the level of prophets. But He tries each one of us according to our ability, our strength, our capacity. If we can be patient, I'm saying this with fear, because who can be patient unless Allah makes you to be patient? We say to whoever gives a talk, "Oh, people, be patient," and then something comes to make us not patient. I saw a person one time give a talk saying, "All of you have to be patient. If you can be patient, always are going to be perfect." He didn't finish the talk by 10 seconds when somebody made him angry. People were around him going, So we have to be afraid. We say it, but we have to do it also. Everyone's going to be tested according to their capacity. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. No one will be tested more than they're able to carry. Try, I'm saying to myself also, try your best to carry patiently what Allah sent to you. In that trial, there's a door or a ladder or a ramp or a path or a rocket to get up. Bit by bit, even a ramp. You don't know you're making progress, but you're going up. Every time you can meet a trial with patience, you gain. Like the weightlifter, he lifts 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds, pretty soon he's making 200 pounds, 300 pounds. Not the first day. We have to try to be patient with what he sent us. And he knows what he sends. This is the important thing. You want to improve spiritually, this is a tariqat, a way. Naqshbandi tariqat, a way to improve spiritually to high stations in Allah's presence, in God's presence. The way to be patient. Inna dina indallahi Islam. Religion, according to, in the sight of Allah, is Islam. What does that mean? To be patient with what He sends you. They say surrender or peace. It means to be patient. Be patient, to believe in Him and to be patient with what He sent. If we can be patient, we might find something else. The Shaykh said to me once, if He sends you into a difficult test and you believe and you go forward with belief, you might find a hidden hand helping you that you never expected. When you talk Allah,
ومن يتق الله يجعل له مخرجا.
ومن يتق الله يجعل لكم مخرجا. Who fears Allah, who believes in Allah, who trusts in Allah, who is patient with Allah, He makes a way out. He takes you out from your difficulty. He makes a way for you out. He makes a way out that you could never imagine. The ayat goes on and He gives you from sources you could never have planned it or imagined it. This is what the Shaykh said, this is what the Prophet says, this is what the Quran says. And every religion says. That's important. Not important to wear a big turban or to make a show or to make a talk or to make anything important. To try to be patient with to believe in Him and try to be patient with what He sends us. Keep what Allah gave you. The Shaykh said to me, it means look after the favors He gave you, be grateful for them, be content with what He gave you, and be patient in front of the trials He sends you. And Allah will make a way for each one. Tariqat is that. Sharia is that. Haqiqah is that. To be patient with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His will. To make our will under or submerged into His divine will. They say the drop into the river, the drop into the ocean. It's big words, but to be patient. And the Shaykh, his job to train his murids, his disciples, his students, men or women, murids and muridas, to be for them a proxy to learn about belief in Almighty Allah, belief in Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and loving to them. The Shaykh is more close to them. Begin through that love and to care. He's the one that pick you up when you fall down and fail your tests. He's the one. Try to do everything as if you're in your Shaykh's sight. He's seeing you. Prophet is seeing, Allah is seeing. Begin seeing the Shaykh is seeing you. We gave it this subject the other day. I was with Maulana Shaykh Nazim one time. He was saying that think my Shaykh is seeing me. As much as you can, think my Shaykh is seeing me. My Shaykh is seeing me. Whatever, as much as you can do. Try to act as if you're in his presence, everyone's showing themselves very nice. When he goes to his room, everyone begins to act crazy. Try to, when he's not, when no one's seeing you. He told us like that. He finished his suhba, his talk, and he went into the garden afterwards to work in Cyprus. He had a garden he used to like to go there. And at the end of the garden was the hammam, the restroom, Turkish style restroom, old fashioned. It's on the ground and there's a wooden window that lifts up to bring air. It's Turkish style, you have to take everything to. I went inside, and he just gave the talk, Shaykh is seeing you everywhere. It's going through my mind. I forgot, I put it out of my mind there in the restroom. All of a sudden, he's outside the window of the restroom, clipping the bushes. He was short, you could just see the top of his head. He wasn't looking in the window, he was under the window. Very embarrassed. Finished. I came out, the faucet for making wudu was outside in the garden. I came out and he's waiting outside. He says, when you go in, say destur. It means excuse me. Different meanings for it. It means permission. Excuse me. The curtain comes down, we don't look. To that extent. To that extent. So he knew what I was thinking when I'm inside. He didn't wait for me to give an accounting of myself, what I went through, what I experienced. They don't look to see, they're not spying to see badness. The doctor, when he looks, he's looking to heal, not to entertain himself with looking at the body. The Shaykh is looking to us for healing. For healing. May Allah grant us a good understanding. And that feeling that the Shaykh is looking at me is the beginning for he said, it's the beginning for the spiritual journey, the suluk, that the speaker only read about it in books. Allahu hadri, Allahu nadri, Allahu shahidi, Allahu ma'i. Famous Shaykh, starting, Allah bless him, he said, Allah is present. Here, Father, present with. Allah is seeing me. Allah knows everything about me. And Allah is with me. It begins like that. I think the Shaykh is seeing me. Later, Prophet Prophet is seeing me, and he said, Prophet's test is harder than the Shaykh's tests. And Allah's test is harder than the Prophet's tests. He's giving us easy tests. Later, more difficult tests. May Allah make us able to carry and to remember what we're about. He said it's not important to say Allah, 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 Allah. It's important to be with Him. Be with Allah. I'm afraid to say more. May the speaker keep his own words. The speaker has responsibility. He speaks to people, but he's not doing it. Quran says why? Holy Quran says why you're speaking and you're not doing it. Why you say what you don't do. I can't blame anybody else. The speaker has to ask himself. Don't say it and then not to do it. You have to do it. Publicly, okay, nice, we're sitting nice. Privately, how we are. You got angry today, you got this today, you got that. You were heedless, you were this. Everyone has to ask himself. Look at yourself. The first muraqabah, to look at yourself. Look at your actions, look how you are. We have one face in public, one face in private. May Allah forgive us. Or as used to say, may Allah forgive me and bless you and make us all to get up, inshallah, to climb up step by step to be more powerful, more patient, strong faith and strong practicing, inshallah. Bihurmat al-Habib, bihurmat al-Fatiha. This is important. Politics is not going to go anywhere. They've been fighting since Qabl and Abel, since the two children of Adam and Eve, first generation, they're fighting. And up to the last one, they'll be fighting. They didn't solve it, and we're not going to solve it. They've been working on dunya since the beginning, they didn't finish yet, and we're not going to finish it either. Work in progress. May Allah make us to pay attention to what's important as much as we can. Wabillahi tawfiq. Bihurmat al-Habib, bihurmat al-Fatiha. Try to improve that what you're going to take with you forever. And don't worry what you're going to leave behind. Fatiha. Ameen. Shukran. Assalamu alaikum. Rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, he gave something to say.